What is going on, my peeps? Your boy Versatile is back with another video, back talking to you guys about how to maximize and or optimize your phone battery usage. Let me say that again. How to optimize your battery life for your Pixel 4 and 4 XL. Now, there's several ways you can do this. For me, I found things that I don't use and I cut them off. Now, I still have motion sense on. I like all the new critical features. I still have those on, but I've also kind of tweaked how I use them. And so now, one of the things that can help you, of course, is using a darker wallpaper. I decided to go with the Living Universe Horizon wallpaper right here, which looks really kind of cool, but I'll revert back to using a dark one. But that's point number one. So let's go in here. Let's go into, matter of fact, let's just go into here. And then I'm going to find me a wallpaper. Hold up. Boom. So now I'm using a darker wallpaper where most of the pixels will be off since we have OLED displays. And so if you use a darker wallpaper, that will also cut down on battery usage. As you see by my G logo down here, if I click on Google, this is in dark mode as well. Now it's not in true dark mode as in lights out, so it's not going to be as effective in terms of optimizing battery life, but dark mode just makes everything feel cooler and feel like you're also losing battery life. But I will say, if you go into settings, go into display, whatever apps do utilize dark mode, make sure your dark theme is on, so that way it will react to your system setup. Now the next thing, what I did to cut off, I cut off digital well-being. Now, much respect to Google and caring about us as users of smartphones and devices, but for me, I just don't use digital well-being, so I cut that off completely. And so how you can do that is go into it and then go up here, and then you can turn off usage access. You see that right there? I have it turn on. Well, you'll have the option to say either turn off or restrict usage access, and go ahead and do that. And that will stop digital well-being from drawing any sort of power. Now, what's one of the other things that I am utilizing in terms of being able to save power on this device? Well, one of the other things I'm using is I no longer have my always on display on. Now, remember what I said before. I said I'm still using motion sense, but I don't have always display on. And so how you can actually tackle that would be, so if you go into, all right, so here we go. You go into display and you click the drop down for advanced, and you come down here to lock screen display. So once you click on lock screen display, as you see right there, I have my always on to be off. But you also see show display when nearby is still turned on, even though it's not highlighted. And I have reach on to check phone, which basically does the same thing. Tap to check phone, but I have lift to check phone off. And then and I still have my screen awake with new notifications just because my always on display is off. And so what that does is it still utilizes motion sense, where the radar chip will still sense you nearby, and so your screen won't drain battery because always on display is off, but it will cut on when it senses you nearby. So to show you guys this, let me go ahead and hit the power button. You see it's off. If I lay it down, you guys see that, boom. Now, once I come back to the device, you're gonna see now it's gonna, boom. You see that? Wow. And then it's ready for me to try to unlock it. Now, one thing I did notice was whether or not I touched it. So let's say, yeah, see, I didn't touch it that time and it still cut on. So that's motion sense. And don't worry, I'm gonna have a nice in-depth video about motion sense later, but that's how I'm using my motion sense. Instead of having every single doggone thing on, which we also may not find to be handy, you can still use certain features without having your phone blasting the display on. Now, one thing I would probably advise you to do is turn off, if you did turn on your force 90 hertz, if you're really battery conscious and you think it's going to drain your battery. For me, with force 90 hertz on the last 2 days, I've gotten 6 hours of battery, like 6 hours and 20 minutes, and then 7 hours of screen on time, back-to-back days. So I don't think force 90 hertz really affects the phone battery like that, so I don't think you'll have an issue. I also turn Wi-Fi off when I'm not on Wi-Fi, so that's another option you can do. And of course, you can do that by the drop-down menu right there by hitting the Wi-Fi button. Or what you can do is come in here, of course, and then turn off Wi-Fi. And so those are some of the things I have found that were very useful in terms of being able to maximize battery life on the Pixel 4 and 4 XL. For me, I always switch wallpapers whether or not they're dark or not. And now that I've remembered about the Living Universe wallpapers, I will definitely be using those because I like those. But as long as you got dark mode activated and you have apps like Twitter that utilizes dark mode fully, like lights out dark mode, you won't have to worry about battery being drained that much when using social media. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why battery life has been so much better, probably across the board for all smartphones, is because with Instagram and Twitter now having straight up lights out dark mode, people who are usually on those apps no longer see battery drain like that just because it's not blasting LEDs in your face. And on top of that, Facebook Messenger is also blacked out. So a lot of the core social media apps are blacked out and we don't have no problems and it's helped alleviate battery issues. And so you see, if I swipe over here, Google, again, dark mode. So dark mode is a much more powerful feature than I think we give it credit for, outside of just the pleasantness for our eyes. It really helps with battery life. But this was just a quick video showing you guys what I've done to kind of help maximize my battery life. And then tonight, I'm going to put my phone on a wireless charger for once because I kind of forgot it had that. And so as you guys see, I have like 97%. And I took it off the charger about 40 minutes ago. About 45 minutes ago. And so I'm going to use the wireless charger at night for the trickle battery, the trickle charge. So that way it kind of stays topped up and it doesn't hurt the battery. And then we'll see how I do tomorrow, having a 100% battery going into work and leaving work. But again, I thought I'd come to you guys real quick with this video. Hope you guys appreciate and enjoyed it. Again, leave comments down below of what you guys have done, if you guys have done similar when it comes to your Pixel 4, 4 XL, or any phone for that matter that's helped you increase your battery life on your phones and to be able to continue to enjoy your phone, with ease. But until the next video, boy Versatile is signing out, and until the next video, wait for